Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and also do not forget to press the bell icon so you never miss any video tutorial published by me.
Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Complex Biology. So in the previous videos we have discussed C3 cycle, C2 cycle. C2 cycle is also known as photorespiration. So we learned that during photorespiration the plant undergoes a lot of loss of carbon which it actually fixes. So it is a kind of loss to the plant. So C2 cycle is operated only in C3 plants. So in order to compensate, in order to get rid of that carbon loss, some plants have developed some special mechanisms. Like those are known as CO2 concentrating mechanisms, carbon dioxide concentrating mechanisms. So that the 10% carbon loss the plant don't have to incur. So two such mechanisms are C4 cycle, which operates in C4 plants. This cycle is also known as Hatch-Slug cycle, and another mechanism is C2 cycle, which is CAM cycle, crassulation acid metabolism cycle. Now first let us discuss C4 cycle, which is found in C4 plants. In order to get rid of the carbon loss, the C4 plants have developed some kind of anatomy in their leaves. So the anatomy is, they have two types of cells. This is vascular bundle, which helps in transport of food material and water and minerals. Apart this in red color, this is vascular bundle, and they have two kind of cells: mesophyll cells, just like C3 plants, but additionally they have got some bundle sheath cells as well. These cells in blue color, these are bundle sheath cells. Only C4 plants have these bundle sheath cells, not C3 plants. And outside to them, they have mesophyll cells, which are there in C3 cells as well. So they have got two type of cells. So basically, let us see why they have developed two type of cells, mesophyll cells and bundle sheath cells. We know that the enzyme Rubisco is the one which causes both carboxylation and oxygenation reaction, and because of oxygenation reaction, photorespiration occurs, during which carbon loss occurs. Now let us see what are the components which are present in mesophyll cells but absent in them, and what are the components which are present in bundle sheath cells but absent in mesophyll cells. So mesophyll cells have grana, right? But bundle sheath cells do not have grana. It is absent. Photosystem second is present in mesophyll cells, but in bundle sheath cells, photosystem is absent. Now, mesophyll cells, in mesophyll cells, O2 evolution, that means oxygen evolution will occur. But in bundle sheath cells, O2 evolution does not occur. In mesophyll cells, they have peptidase. It is phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase enzyme. So it is present in mesophyll cells. But this enzyme helps a lot in getting rid of the loss of carbon. And bundle sheath cells do not have peptidase. Now this point needs to be noticed. Rubisco is absent in mesophyll cells. Rubisco, the enzyme which causes oxygenation reaction, it is totally absent in mesophyll cells. So that's why mesophyll cells do not come in contact with Rubisco, the enzyme Rubisco. And if O2 will not come in contact with Rubisco, then oxygenation reaction will not occur. So C2 cycle will not operate and carbon will not be lost from the plant. In bundle sheath cells, Rubisco is present. Now, where O2 evolution is not occurring, there only a Rubisco is present. So that's how Rubisco and oxygen contact is blocked, so that oxygenation won't occur and plants do not incur loss of carbon. So now that's about the basic introduction. Now let us see how exactly C4 cycle operates. So now let us understand C4 cycle. So in C4 cycle, basically what happens is, the first step is carboxylation step. As the name indicates, it will add a carbon atom to the compound. So PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate, is a 3-carbon compound. With the help of this enzyme, phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase, PEP is short named. With the help of this enzyme, one carbon dioxide molecule will react with PEP in order to make a 4-carbon compound, which is known as oxaloacetate. The short form for this compound is OAA. Now, this oxaloacetate is a very unstable compound and it cannot enter the bundle sheet. This is mesophil. This reaction is going on in mesophil cells, whereas these are bundle sheet cells. So oxaloacetate is a very unstable compound, so it cannot enter the bundle sheet cells. So in order to transport it into bundle sheet cells, first oxaloacetate needs to be reduced into malate, which is also a 4-carbon compound. So obviously, since reduction will occur in oxaloacetate, so oxidation must occur in another component, because redox reaction run parallelly. Those are simultaneous reactions. So it will get reduced and NADH will get oxidized. So it will get converted into NAD+. Now malate has been formed. Now this malate can easily enter bundle sheet cells. Now it will enter bundle sheet cells. In bundle sheet cells, further malate will get oxidized again into oxaloacetate. Because the purpose was to only transport. We needed oxaloacetate itself. Just because of its inability to enter bundle sheet cells, it was supposed to be, it was converted into malate. So now, again NAD plus will get here, opposite will occur. Because now malate will get oxidized into oxaloacetate. So NAD plus will get reduced into NADH plus H plus. After that, now here carboxylation occurred, here opposite reaction is occurring. That means their carboxylation was occurring with the help of PEP. Here decarboxylation will occur with the help of OAA decarboxylase. Oxaloacetate decarboxylase. So one carbon atom will be removed in the form of carbon dioxide from oxaloacetate. Now this carbon dioxide, which has been liberated from oxaloacetate, it will be used to operate C3 cycle. So that's how the carbon dioxide will not be lost and it will be used in the C3 cycle. So that is why it is known as CO2 concentrating mechanism. Because this carbon dioxide will not go to the environment. It will be used by C3 cycle, which will operate in bundle sheet itself. Now pyruvate, now after decarboxylation, oxaloacetate will get converted into pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon compound. Pyruvate will again get transferred into mesophil cells. Sorry, pyruvate will get transported into mesophil cells. Not again. This is for the first time it is coming to the mesophil cells. So the pyruvate which was synthesized in bundle sheet cells will be transported to the mesophil cells. Now this is the conversion of pyruvate into PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate. To regenerate PEP is a major regulatory step. Here 2 ATP equivalent energy will be used. the reaction will be catalyzed by pyruvate dikinase. So pyruvate will get converted into PEP. Both are 3 carbon compound, but here ATP will get converted into, not into ADP. It is getting converted into AMP. That means 2 phosphate groups are being used here. So that means first ATP to ADP, then ADP to AMP. So that means 2 ATP equivalent energy is being used here. This is the major regulatory step. So that means in C4 plants, 2 ATP. See, C3 cycle is being operated over here also. But here, 2 ATPs are additionally being used to convert pyruvate into PEP. So now if we compare C4 cycle with C3 cycle, we will get to know that in C4 cycle, for fixation of 1 carbon dioxide molecule, C4 plants, first let us recall how many ATPs and NADPH C3 plants required. We did it earlier. If you haven't still watched the videos, you may watch the videos. So C3 plants require 3 ATPs and 2 NADPH. But C4 plants will require 5 ATPs and 2 NADPH. Because C3 cycle will operate in the same manner, just like in C3 plants. And this C3 cycle will require 3 ATPs and 2 NADPH. But here we can see 2 additional ATPs are being used. So that means in C4 plants, they need 5 ATPs and 2 NADPH to fix 1 carbon atom. So it means that CO2 concentrating mechanism is not free. I mean, it costs energy to the plant. But obviously C4 cycle is a better cycle than C3 cycle. Because here carbon dioxide is being, 1 carbon atom is being retained. It is not being lost. So C4 cycle is a much better cycle than a C3 cycle. So that's all about C4 cycle.